Yes. Rainbow Radio 87.5. Ya share yan komo na se ya no e de amount ora Koku Anyidoho atenase enti de wo mu na Atamis Institute so boko de.
Oh well, we are looking forward to a very bright year.
Yeah.
Ejuma wo. Seja. Asakora wa wono.
Yeah.
Obewia, obenante, tumrika. Yenka say you started tumrika.
Okay.
By ye jai wiano. To see aye nante.
Kakra.
Yeah. So we are looking forward to a very bright year.
The recognition, how is it?
Oh, honestly, and thanks to Rainbow Radio, one of the Mekaida you launch
yes,
the first program ever. If I inaugurate institute Nankasa or Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences, yeah. Filoni Rashid, they were there on behalf of Rainbow Radio. Just down there, the Bemamo. So we are doing quite well, very well up to now. Recognition in there. ABBA, worldwide, by the grace of God. Last year we got some ECOWAS observer missions here, Conakry, Guinea, and Benin to observe elections in those countries. We are looking forward to a very bright year this year, in spite of all the challenges. It's trading upon the banana, but of course, your key project for Ghana Hane Asumdue Park.
Okay.
And it's the last year, President Akufo-Addo Ebedanasi, so a commission year. But it was phase 2, which is the real management of the park. To turn it into a proper museum. And then you have coin say Abain Bema Itumi Krater. Then we can move in and get the place up and running properly and tell that story. Let me say before we got on air. Now me know Kasa about UGMC. Sure. University of Ghana Medical Center. You know, big edifice, medical center. Na kwamna okohwa.
One of the legacies of Professor.
One of the legacies of President Mills. I mean, one of his great legacies. Of course, say he was a lecturer on Legon campus.
Okay.
For more than 25 years, close to 30 years, and Sana Obura politics. So he knew, you know, the whole geography, the systems, the nomenclature, the nuances. And as president, what he really wanted to do was to invest in the health sector. Saying, you know, him say, "Yapumudin, and then our health is our wealth." And immediately he commissioned the construction of UGMC, and if you get there, exquisite facility. It's just close to the Noguchi Memorial Center.
Okay.
Amijidi said, it will be named President Atta Mills Medical Center, you know, of excellence. It was around that time, you know, Paripasu Nana Omaye started the construction of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, Ewohu.
Okay.
And then also a very wonderful university, purely, like I was telling you, is the only university in Ghana since here when it was being created, and per its charter and per act of parliament, you know, the law has determined and defined exactly the courses are you running you has yem pese sebe onidi mu nye say ye boninti but hunu bi ben nti na aboa no ode ne ba edi agro the way you ni ato nchen ne say Kwame Nkrumah set up science and technology UST, you know, purely for science and technology. And the other courses are very from as losing the core focus purely for teaching, research, academia, and also so based on that, and President Mills being an astute academician, and on my passing law in Ghana's parliament, it created the act which set up UHAS, the University of Energy and Natural Resources, Bronhafo, and then the one in the Eastern region.
So many
Somanya. And also Nano Mikofa, or Miko Kanya makes them more. Somanya EP Church, and I'm a Bofa, and I'm saying 3 now set it up. And Nona, and Shedda, and Jinani, nice way. UHAS is far ahead. Mirikano Mutuno, who on easy. And then say energy and natural resources were brought for so fiapre. And also Eba, but the Eastern Region one, let me say, was a bois. But so far, so good. So my brother, in terms of Atamos Institute, Ubisam, and then I Kofas and come over and we say we'll continue the advocacy. Yeah. And the proper legacies of President Mills will be restored.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Nice one. For those who are omun and as omun shede nyanti asiano, you can't the Atta Mills Institute now powerful ben or chatty.
Well, basically, it's a mindset transformation for nation building.
Okay.
As a policy think tank.
Yeah.
Say generation. And yatra kwine and the entry near Hunshi Buma. Nkorana Eba, the new generation coming, we want to get them to understand patriotism, nationalism. Say young Kasa, we can do it for ourselves. And that's what Asumdwe Park is really being created for. Apart from Musieno and Rebecca, the library, the conference center, we want to use it to be telling that story. To imbibe the spirit of nationalism in the youth, SSS, CSSS, SHS, GHS, to a point primary, then collaborating with other organizations and groupings at the tertiary level. And we believe, say 10 crania ya, ni nyemu 4 kra, yayebi. And so that's what we are focused on, mindset transformation for nation building and helping reshape public policy.
Nice
public policy, so because the people was saying Sakrayebemu, a Biache, a Biayekulu, and that also is in tune with President Mills Nankasa, now agenda of looking at the 1992 Constitution. I was 30 years, Jumani Nina and Sana, Uwu, Ebefano Koya, as a Aka reforms Nasha Minemuno. Moses Wuye, but Joshua ne Eronomo, Etwa Jumano, so into Yabaya Femudia.
Okay.
Joshua Numsuko we are.
Okay. Nipa bako wase men chiro se wochia no tio yura abolo
mini
wase wochia yeah nti wase wochia papa na no in fact last week me can no pana say we engage you send a message I'm saying but unfortunately bibi be sank
yeah
enti me am
inti ma chat him say
yes
brief him chat you for inti me chat you for Rainbow 87.5
Ghana 92.4 London
92.4 London I'm saying London for no cry I owe them an interview
sir
if anything host no has been trying to get me.
Okay. Ebebaso. Obi send me message and no send it in the feature. I don't know. One send a message or a program so that by the time I post to flyer now, or send a message. Good morning. No, sad. Okay. Yes. Good evening, Kwabena. I saw I'm an ardent listener of Rainbow Radio International, and I heard that tomorrow you'll be engaging with Koku Anyidoho. In fact, I can't wait to listen to him, one, on how he will react to the aftermath of the election of the new executives of the NDC. Two, how there is new leadership in parliament. Three, I saw him made a post on the Swami, he said Bantama, but it's not Bantama. Swami, NDC youth organizer. Yes, that one too. I want to hear him and what he thinks of the government. I'm so open. I said someone maybe doing communion. No, the rago feature maybe I will be a child and out of it.
Go feature.
So obviously, you are, yes, Tama NDC in a babaswan. You didn't come out. Will be baby on community any direction now. But here we you've had Urasi Dunketi as your national chairman now, and then the secretary Fifi Kwete and all that. Maybe let's spend a minute or two on that. Now we are young consul the SC or parliament and then Swami Abranti AD. Any other issues now? And were you disappointed?
No, I mean, I spoke my mind. I mean, sure. I made it very clear before Congress. Nanipa 4 and a pre-chairman, and I was consistent.
Yeah.
Said chairmanship, so I didn't comment about the other positions.
Yes.
Because, like I've said consistently, NDC constitution Article 25 say you want opposition to say you want opposition and then ubia we are chairman una we say usanye party leader ushe chairman you are the chairman and the leader of the party. So for me it was important to put my facts and my position out clearly on the chairmanship. Nipa for the contest here, the incumbent of Usman Pofo, the then General Secretary, Sidun Ketia, then Ashiteama, former MP for Clote Kole, and then Yahweh Duse from Ashanti region, former Deputy Minister for, I think, Works and Housing under President Mahama. I didn't say I was supporting anybody.
Sure.
I was just sure that I didn't want Asidun Ketia to become chairman. And my position was very clear. And they say I worked for him as his deputy for 4 years as at the headquarters, Deputy General Secretary between 2014 and 2018. And nothing personal. But I just didn't admire his style of leadership. He doesn't come across as a leader. Very divisive, very vindictive, very petty, and very dictatorial. If anybody thought that Rawlings was a dictator, come and work under Sidun Ketia, and you will know who a real dictator is.
Oh, can this from experience?
I was his deputy for 4 years. I'm not saying being a political scientist be a take classroom be a makoka in textbook na my theory. It's not about theory. Yeah, theory is good, but I have been in practice. I have worked under many leaders from the corporate world, through the UN system, the banking system, and in all humility, worked with a president, managed the candidate, worked with a president. I mean, but in that same humility, I was able to come back to the headquarters and be a deputy to the General Secretary. No problem. But all my working life, all the bosses I have worked with, if those who are not alive, if they come back, one of them was the former governor of the Central Bank of Ghana, the late Alexa Shabo. Brilliant leader. He taught me a lot in the banking sector. I mean, I was his executive assistant. Opportunities, the spoken word, same as President Mills. A football. I mean, if you are a leader and you cannot advise, Kwabna, as all the people who have worked with me over the years, I keep telling them, they say, the day I will call you, Mashel Kutupa. Say yanko say nipa we need you bisami. Say, oh boss. And I say the one day and I say Usuni because it's not in my DNA. And every leader must give opportunities, must nurture. NURTUR to nurture. You understand? That's all I do.
And we are sociology, the nature versus the nature debate.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, nature.
Sure.
But the nature is
who once become depends on how the person is nurtured.
Good. I said, educated that's not nature. In fact, he doesn't even admire talent. Your talent and your ability is a worry to him. Now he will only admire that talent and ability to the extent that he can use it for his purpose and abuse it at the end of the day. Say about Parliament. That's what you are seeing in Parliament is precisely that kind of person that he is. He's the same person who got Haruna there in 2017 when I was Deputy General Secretary, and how Haruna and Co became leaders. But everybody matures, everybody grows. Is that not it?
Yeah.
So if maybe you could just issue orders. Yes say. And the Pacono and Yen said Debbie. And your foot will be an a foot to power. You say, you will be a fan of Hitofel Council.
Yeah.
You understand? A foot to pony. As a Lucifer and a Satan, a dema Eve, a Garden of Eden. What to know for? So, Massa, Oba, this idea when you baby. Sir, any bieno, they are not buy. They no mean a buy. So it's not every time that people will give you advice as your bosses that you take, because counsel may not necessarily be wise. But if it gets to that point, and if you heard him in London, he was very clear.
Yeah,
he was very clear about the reason. Answer now will be free Ghana and also is for because of the economy.
Yeah, the economy. The 2024 election will be about
so
the economy.
Aruna and the economy I say. Entina ye as leader and ye akofa obi fufuraba. But in London, then I feel say because Haruna was refusing to cooperate with the speaker, and the speaker no NDC speaker. I said, get here. The right honorable speaker of parliament is not speaker of the NDC. He is speaker of the Republic of Ghana, the parliament of the Republic of Ghana.
Before that, Namutaka Beka said the speaker of parliament is becoming a dictator. Chrese, or ya can kebi one central for Nkoma with D anymore. And people realize I said there's a rift between the NDC front and the speaker of parliament.
Well, I was that day, 7th January 2021.
2021. NOMD speaker.
Almost apatano na parliament. Then money into minkum.
Yeah.
To musi apatano or money inaugurated president. Umbabe inaugurated president Akufo-Addo for the second time. I was there. As a Ghanaian, I was invited by the state in my capacity. So I was there. All the drama that morning into the afternoon, say be speaker, say any speaker who said the NDC, I was there, I witnessed. And this same Haruna Muntaka, the fight they fought.
Yeah.
And suddenly you back in speaker. Brilliant. So if they decide say your hands are now buy and ebia utwana mambia endimboa parliament, what is their crime? And I've said it here before. This same Bagbe, for the first time in the history of the NDC, and as a parliament, Bida. So he goes to appoint Asedun Ketia, that time now general secretary, as a member of the Parliamentary Services Board. I told you, now only God knows what they are doing there in that parliament on the Parliamentary Services Board. If what we are hearing is true, so Asedun Ketia is not only on the Parliamentary Services Board, but is the chairman of the procurement committee of the Parliamentary Services Board. Now, last year, Bagbin, Nane Humfano, Honorable Bagbin, it is Oko Dubai.
Yeah.
And a move meeting from Ghana to Dubai. Ekoye meeting. And Humban Ghana, the cost involved, the waste of money, waste of resources. Radio. Why? You have first deputy speaker and second deputy speaker.
Yeah.
Yes, you are the chairman of the Parliamentary Services Board. No problem. But if you are indisposed, Intinana Akufo-Addo so and never too quiet. It's also for cabinet meeting and go brochure. No, let's be fair to the facts. So Nana Akufo-Addo, President, His Excellency, is out of the jurisdiction. Cabinet meetings on Thursdays. Into one case ministers ni nyina mfa uyemhyen no mumbra baby owo sebe say Togo ye feature ye akra. Look at the cost involved, and that's what Bagby decided to do. When it became an issue, I was embarrassed as a Ghanaian, as a policy person, of course, and as a member of the NDC, that it was not Kate Addo, the chairman or no, the head of the Public Affairs Unit of Parliament, and a bar on Timber defending Bagbin. It was Johnson Kwejo Asedun Ketia, the then General Secretary of the NDC, Onono Wadani Bagbin spokesperson, and all defending the misuse of public money in Dubai. And then the same person, Abedani, National Chairman and leader of the NDC. And on the Bagbin, Omodi Omweni, Atagete, Haruna, Aveji, Ene Muntaka. Now, I said, I want us to believe it's about the economy. Intina change his number. Let's grant him that argument for a second. And he's saying, if it's about the economy, then James Kluche Aveji should have been the best person to take over from Haruna. Yeah, as deputy minority. Aveji, a ban of finance, a ban of taxation, a ban of the issue of the economy. He also has a PhD. And even maybe got his before Atufosun got his. His experience in that parliament, his experience in the working world,
But so no one call parliament.
That is neither here nor there. In fact, have you heard any public statement from Aveji? Because you are in a hurry to force him. Because you are in a hurry to force him out of parliament and get one of your boys to go and contest Ketu North. Why, we know the story. Aveji,
but the man Nankasan can't say.
What can he go and then remove you? If you Google anything now, you will find it. Why has Aveji said?
It's right. As NDC will be a cancer Aveji could be own.
But medium in tea.
I had them at Banamo.
Okay. What do you know? So one young man who is in a hurry, so no never take over from Aveji, or take over from Aveji, or yeah, now we are still getting echo competition, or no, we are still getting spokesperson. And I'm body name say Aveji in Kobium, and I'm way Haruna, Aveji, and Muntaka. Are they only 5? And the Opa said that 3 of them are not cooperating with Bagby. And Ahmed Ibrahim Banda, Wakorali, or cooperating, yes, sir. And Mami Comfort do you so cooperating, yes, sir. I mean, I say, don't get here. O to announce the sema, Nyabotreo. O to announce the sema, Nyabotre, because Nyakupon or change in Anyan. Anyway, but that is the story. But of course, we all know, and for me, as a Voltarian, and an ever also, I'm saying that in the year I before Parliament, so you come and demote us from deputy minority leader and give us chief whip, and you think that we are excited? We should go and whip up the votes for you. When we get it, then you relegate us. Is that not it? We should go and whip up the votes, bring, and then relegate us. What kind of logic is that? What kind of logic is that? Then, even from a religious point of view, Kwabnai, NDC near say, yeah, Chiniano, Uninaye Chinianase. Yeah. Ubiambra Chinianase. Father for all. Rainbow Coalition. So, Yeche, Manesu Biaso. So we respect every tribe, every religion, the geographical grouping. So our brothers and sisters from the Islamic faith, also from the northern region.
Yeah.
Now Haruna
Rainbow Radio
was not representing himself.
Yeah.
He was representing a bloc. At the time, 2017, it was just northern region, upper east and upper west all put together. But Nanado Baya or the more regions back on. So Haruna, until 2 days ago, was actually representing northern, northeast, Savannah, upper east, and then upper west. Of course, then the Islamic Muslim community. Mubarak Muntaka was representing Ashanti region, Asawase in particular, for its loyalty to the NDC since 1992. Then Ashanti itself, 47 constituencies, the biggest voting bloc within the 16 regions. You've taken a decision. You say you have removed them. Land in Okanye. Or say it was a battle between here and Haruna. And Kawampam Haruna. And Kawa also no resigning. And I'm not saying you get on resigning. On your ready to resigning to Wepam Haruna. You've taken it personal. Why? Because Haruna is not available to be used and abused. But the most petty one, and I use the word petty and vindictive earlier on, and he say, we'll launch your campaign, say we'll be the chairman. And now we'll free our caller, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, MP for Banda. And Oba in Shame Nasi. And now Ode Shenano say Onka, Nonka say he is there on behalf of the whole minority caucus. Inti Haruna Aman go ahead say Ombe Kasa on behalf of the caucus. Say caucus ni na 136 no. And I say 137. Omo nyina omo tawo general secretary. Echi inti national chairman for some for there. Omo ne to kwantaya omo apa into open the baby infa. Now, it came to light. Say nobody sent Ahmed Ibrahim to that function. Say, O papa, political father ni Asedu Nketia. No problem. As I miss me any Atta Mills, any Rollins. Is that not it?
Yeah.
We all have our mentors. It is a Ahmed Ibrahim mentor Asedu Nketia, and now the Waba. No problem. But you don't go and commit the whole caucus without the permission of the minority leader. Of course, you are a deputy chief whip, so you are part of the leadership of the caucus. But you don't have that ultimate mandate. And he said the other members of the caucus went to their leader. Said, "Leader, are you the one who sent Ahmed Ibrahim?" He said, "No." Long and short, your friend will be sound. Uji tum. Our parliament say will be ansumao into patrol into what we assign. So I don't know how to let the whole world know and the public and Ghanaians know that the man has apologized and withdrawn. Asedu Nketia. Sorry, Bechel. Say only why? Say Haruna 2017. Me kaho. Any year minority leader. Now me say me be national chairman leader. Now me say yen fa wudin nka asem. Ni aka asem na wo say wo ye hwan. Ah wo ba betwe ansai. Oh dey twan. And this is it. Very personal.
One hour dramatize the whole incident.
No, I'm telling you. You see, men can't find
what dialogue on your day now.
Men can't say me the Huawei, but it's the same thing that I went through.
Rainbow Radio.
What's the one called General Secretary? Koku Anyidoho, you can go. I pitched.
Yeah.
I contested. Of course, you see trade fair. Who winning, you know. Fine, and then I didn't run away. I stood, I considered.
Yeah.
But Asedu Nketia has never forgiven me for contesting him. I don't know the name do baby or say on one palm Koku Anyidoho every NDC. Without
but
any.
The last year, did you vote?
No, I will vote at the flag bearership.
Okay.
As a former national officer.
Okay.
And appointee is at the flag bearership area.
Okay.
That my vote is. Also upon Koku Anyidoho. No procedure, nothing. But when it was me, some petition here, 72 MPs, petition. I did this. I went through the same process. I petitioned the Council of Elders. I petitioned the headquarters. I sent a petition to even Parliament, ironically. But hey, how many years down the line? He has done the same thing in Parliament. That's Asedu Nketia for you. But like I've said consistently, maybe in Chinko baby, I'm NDC, nobody can sack me. Anyway, so that is the story in terms of what is happening in the NDC now and what is happening in Parliament. But
we share Dr. Kesela to force and anyone more be ya. We did you benra on a joy for your interview no okase. On one kasa or gonna say going forward, you know. Also mo yen sakraye wo the way a man or more appointed leaders in Parliament in and you know all be say a bebaso said be consultative enough. Now it is some way somehow subtly you could realize say he himself agrees to the fact to say how you didn't buy, you know. But then he was quick to add to say how I didn't buy and it's not a departure from what happened.
No problem. We agree. It's not a departure. It may not be a departure. But this thing that they are now saying, in fact, the kind Council of Elders omo letter be omo deba bonting 2-3 days ago that the steps must be taken to look at a new framework. Go and check the records. Maybe, look, I keep saying, checking the tweets now. There's a particular line I keep using consistently. Vindication lies in the womb of time. Vindication. It is it's in the womb. The womb. So a woman is pregnant. After 9 months, she will give birth. Akola na obe wono. And the baby dance yes and yin say na fire no. Ehun faso ni. And one to say it is no kre. Sana no kre so ti. Who start here? Oh. But the Nyankopon ti asenti. No kre ni de bededi. Ye bebo asendiem. Ubewu. But the good thing is that the truth will resurrect. So Christ spoke the truth. Oh, Pharisee was yentias. Oh, you're born as Indian. Yes, you're born as Indian. Almost 10 atadie, esreno, the dadua, and almost feel so almost in sekunin. But on the third day, truth rose again. And truth is sitting in heaven on the right hand side of the Father. And truth reigns and shall reign into eternity. In the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
So that is it. Inti asebia de bebo mu Koku Anyidoho ye anti-bien or ye anti-way, Koku Anyidoho ye traitor. Today the truth is reigning. I walk around Ghana, I get calls from all over. Just last week, thanks to God, 1 or 2 calls, political communication, opportunities. Can you please help us? You know, but
yeah,
the God of vindication has vindicated me. These processes, I have never supported this dictatorial process of appointing leaders in parliament. Why? You lose your election in 2000. First, in fact, so let me do a little bit of history. You started NDC in 92. Between 92 and 2000, near Ntuaba, and you be our party. Say ye MPU, say ye Hwanyo, say ye flag bearer. No, there's no voting. Say ye constituency chairman, say ye branch executive, national, regional. It was by appointment. Ebenumuti baby, near Fred Kwabna.
Rainbow Radio.
A candidate will Rainbow constituency. Go and stand. Say Philo Pew, say Rashid Pew, say Auntie May Pew, say Wine Pew. It worked in 92. It worked in 96. 2000, it failed us.
Okay.
Oh, that Dini, a jury go here. Ninja Kahuni, you lose 2000 elections. Until 2001, you started reforms. You call round, no. And the dead the pay a party for no say. I question Kosibo report now. You DSA up to now. AD party now. 2001 report in the fancy. Now Dr. Badasamwa and the D party name and the call round. Report now buy and then they call Congress 2022 World Trade Fair. I was there.
Okay.
Yes. And we adopted a new constitution, made reforms based on the true feeling of the people on the ground. The key reform was that we shall not impose anybody again on the party, from branch to flag bearer. That's why today we vote. Now, ironically, these MPs are voted for to enter into parliament, but about leadership or parliament, there's no voting to determine who is the leader of the caucus, whether it's majority caucus or minority caucus. So in fact, Bagbin himself, 2001, was imposed as the minority leader for 8 years. But you see, coming to the fact that the Atufos in Kara says the same processes, the same processes,
Rainbow Radio.
but under national chairman who built consensus. That's the difference. You had national chairmen and general secretaries who believed in the deep process of consultation. So when Bagbin was being supposedly imposed, consensus was built. Into Bagbin, the minority leader for 8 years. So those who are peddling the argument say Haruna were these 6 years into the also, let the record state that Bagbin was our minority leader for 8 years. 2001 until 2009. Good. When we won in 2009 and President Mills came in, and now we needed to have a majority leader.
Yeah.
The same consultative process. But you had a president who was now the leader of the party. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You had Kwabneji, national chairman. Then Sedum Ketia was general secretary. Yes, sir. Then you build consensus. So if you bring Avoka as majority leader, nobody will complain. So it is true. But the difference now is that Sedum Ketia is now the chairman and leader of the party. So the dictator that he is,
Rainbow Radio,
and he is now the ultimate authority. He thinks that what he wants is what he will do. That is why for the first time you're having this brouhaha and this chaos in parliament. So it's about leadership.
Yeah.
Asedu Ketia has not been the ultimate leader before. Over the years, people will build consensus and still impose, and there will be no noise. Now, because he's the ultimate authority and doesn't believe in broad consultation, So you get this chaos. But thanks be to God, said the position that some of us have taken, that why is it that the MPs cannot determine their own leadership? Why can't they vote? If we are copying from the British system and other systems, they vote for their leaders.
Yeah.
Now, I also agree in the principle that they belong to a political party. So the leadership of the political party at national level must have a hand. But that is the beauty of democracy. In having a hand, go and lobby the MPs in parliament, like we do at all levels. Go to the parliament and go and campaign. Say Yepe Philo as leader, Yepe Rashid as deputy leader, Yepe Kwabna as chief whip. Now, with whatever authority you think you have at national, go and use it to lobby the MPs so that they will vote for their leaders. At the end of the day, when they finish counting, the records state that out of 137 MPs, this number voted for so and so, this number voted for so and so. At the end of the day, Yusa for Beka, Magana Yakari. Anameboa. So it's part of the democratic process. It's like voting for president or for flag bearer. NIPA 6, they are all campaigning, we are all lobbying. At the end of the day, yeah. Is that not it? So why don't you introduce the same policy in parliament than going to impose? Another thing is that all the changes that have taken place in the leadership take place after general elections.
Okay.
Yeah, after general elections. This is the first time that you are changing leadership midstream. So it creates a different picture. We have never done this before.
Okay.
It's only under Senuketia chairmanship.
I think at least 2024 election.
Exactly.
But
Abroni Beyenti, Bemanyim Santasi, 33 years on way. Abroni Beyenti, Bemanyim Santasi, 33 years on way. And he say, May, Yajatum say, you call primaries in May, both presidential and parliamentary. The same as Sedun Ketiana agenda. Yen pay Binumwasem. Yen move from the leadership and create storm in their constituencies. Possibly with that kind of storm, no, they will go and lose their primaries. Why? So that's the agenda. Let's create some storm. Let's create some credibility crisis for some people, so that in May they will go and lose their primaries. At the end of the day, Musa, we have 2 more years to run this democracy into 2024. You create all this chaos in parliament. You go and create the chaos at primaries. Truth of the matter is that you are on the Parliamentary Services Board, but you are not a member of the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. It's there. Once I 137, almost hot till 2024. When you create this kind of chaos, and the work of the minority caucus in Parliament is badly shaking, and the NDC minority loses its strength, its energy, its verve. Thank you. So that's where we are.
One topical issue or say NDC youth organizer or Swami.
Yep.
Ne video by all kinds of be a woman. In fact, a very distasteful in cancer. Now, what you've made some tweets home be ma mente wonka ewo in fact the first tweet in the MSN
No, I use the word. I said the statement was idiotic.
Yes.
Yeah. It's English.
Yeah.
I didn't say it's an idiot. I said that statement was an idiotic statement.
Okay.
So grammatically.
But if you are not an idiot, can you make an idiotic statement?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Out of
at that moment you are an idiot.
Well, at that moment, yes. Or the spirit of idiocy just engulfed you at the moment. Later on, you can go back and regret. From the sociological point of view,
yes,
it's a social action. And within that social action, he made an idiotic statement. So he may not be a consistent idiot. And so, where from this one? And if you listen to him, apart from Yenkum Nipa, Yenshe Mojengu, he said two things for me that very alarming. The first one is from a Christian point of view. I'm a Christian. I believe in the Bible. I respect other faiths. In fact, the Constitution, not church, we're a secular state. There's no religion that is allowed to say, or mine until we are practicing the faith.
Yeah.
But when you open your mouth and say, "2 million yepe," yeah, they be quite be a faso, and ya 2 million, no problem. Sebe, just want to say bepo.
Want to say
say, you throw a Bible mu.
I see 2 million say Bible nkwani edeje.
Thank you, Bible. And for me, when you use that wrong metaphor or analogy, you know what it means to me? He's insulting the work that President Mills did. I didn't to me in 2008. What was the message of President Mills? Asumdwe. Kwabna, Asumdwe. Asumdwe hine. Wanana Asumdwe hine. Asumdwe hine. Wanana Asumdwe hine.
Rainbow Radio.
Onini yana Asumdwe hine. Asumdwe hine. Oni Jesus. President Mills Ghana fonkasa ne tuna Asumdwe hine. Amisi me Asumdwe. Amisi me Asumdwe. And na Nyankopon in the Bible. One friend the agro. That's why when he won, he dedicated this country to God. A national day of prayer and thanksgiving for 4 years. 2009, 10, 11, 12, Oyeno, Independence Square. I was the head of communications at Koku Hill, at the presidency. So we have gone into position before, Kwabna. Formula was crafted around Asumdwe. And that's how Ghanaians gave us the mandate. In fact, 2012, when they renewed that mandate, it was because they believed strongly, said, that Asumdwe philosophy and policy will continue. Whether it continued or not, that's a different matter altogether. So if this young man goes to talk, speak and insult my religion, my Bible, my faith, and the work that President Mills helped us to do to win power, I feel very, very abused. Say Bible mu. Say Bible mu ayedian. He should tell us the alternative. If it's not the Bible, what is the alternative? When our national anthem says, "God bless our homeland Ghana," our national pledge says, "So help me God." So all of us, irrespective of faith, we believe in a supreme being called God.
Yes.
So what are you talking about?
Rainbow Radio.
He says that new national executives now abano. He was specific.
Yeah.
The functional and operative word there was new. So yes, national executives bikeke. Fofrona abano. Led by Johnson Kwadwo Asiedu as the chairman and the leader. And Ashom Kutupa. So that is the philosophy. And Asiedu has a history of leading the party into the streets, burning ties, teaching manipe wui. Say you're winning 2020 and MPP area. 2 years down the line, or pay 2 minti. Said there was no evidence. There was no evidence. That they had no evidence.
Rainbow Radio.
Somebody will say, Koku Anyidoho said 2016 so year be. I keep saying that. Let me just then read the scenario. The scenario was different.
Yeah.
Scenario and then say 2016 when I was deputy general secretary, when I held the comfortable lead press conference, I was very emphatic at that time that per results garnered at the time, the NDC was in a comfortable lead as far as the presidential was concerned. But parliamentary, we had challenges. I didn't declare results. Subsequently, the General Secretary, Asiedu Nketia, and then the flag bearer and the sitting president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, went and conceded defeat. Up to today, I don't know the figures based on which they conceded defeat. They didn't tell us at headquarters. They didn't tell anybody. So today I don't know the figures. But they conceded defeat. Once that happened, we all agreed and we moved on. So opposition now it can be traced to the doorsteps of Johnson Kweju Asiedu Nketia and President John Dramani Mahama. They conceded defeat. They raised their hands even before Charlotte Osei could declare results. They had conceded defeat.
But per their numbers, per the evidence they had.
They should tell us the figures. So if Asiedu Nketia is telling us in 2020 they didn't have figures, but they deceived the whole nation and went to Supreme Court, I can do a logical deduction and say the same Asiedu Nketia misled President Mahama to concede defeat in 2016. I can logically deduce that with no figures, he went and convinced the president that, Master, you are losing, you have lost, concede defeat. Because who cry yourself, and I was in charge of the headquarters, operations, everything, as your deputy. Who free Sekwa by one by headquarters? One baby Samanie. The next moment we saw you on television conceding defeat. Based on which figures? So he has a history. So even in 2024, fast forward, assuming that genuinely NDC is robbed, and this gentleman goes now on air and says that we have been robbed, who will believe him? You've cried wolf once, you've cried wolf twice. Cry wolf the third time and see whether some proper wolf won't come and eat you up. You can't win when we are doing this analysis. People get very petty. There will be people will tell you that Koku, no cry now can badu de jaika. Like the young man said, people actually will call you and say, Master, 2 million ye pay the 2 million. Oh, the jayenya 2 million answer. 2 million out the bed. Plan bend the what 2 million. Just for the sake of power. Babu, let us tell Ghanaians, and I keep saying, we've been in opposition before. What did we tell Ghanaians? We shall build a better Ghana under 4 pillars: infrastructure expansion, investing in people, building a strong and resilient economy, and then governing in an open, honest, transparent manner. 2008 elections, as the head of communications at Koku Hill, when I personally sat at Koku Hill through inspiration, sometime now Lenny Akpadi, he was topping the charts with
Reverend Lenny
Akpadi. He was topping the charts with this his song.
Jehovah, you are the most.
Jehovah, you are the most high.
Yeah.
All other gods.
Yes.
Good. So I sat at Koku Hill per inspiration, and then I got different lyrics. So tune in there.
Yeah.
So I just, because I write, poet, everything. So John Atta Mills, he is a man of peace. He is the obvious choice. There is none like him. John Atta Mills, he is a man of peace. He is the obvious choice. There is none like him. John Atta Mills, he is a man of peace. He is the obvious choice. There is none like him. Atta Mills, he is the best choice. Atta Mills, Oma Penny Fofo. Atta Mills, Atta Mills, Atta Mills, Atta Mills, Atta Mills, he is the best choice. Atta Mills, Oma Penny Fofo. Come now. I wrote this.
You wrote this?
I went to studio at Buzia Junction, Roro. People in the media, people in the music industry know Roro Studios at Buzia Junction. I went with Jerry Chechremodi. He was then managing Lenny Akpadi.
Okay.
Got Lenny Akpadi himself at that time into the studios, and we recorded. I even used my voice for voiceover and everything. Come now. We have done it before. There's a formula. There's a roadmap. Ghanaians are peace-loving people. If we don't adopt a strategy that is peace-loving, that is accommodating, that is conciliatory, and we think that we are going to use force and get political power. It's about one man, one vote. People will decide. And we have what we call the silent majority. They don't talk, but they decide. And we know how we reached into the silent majority before the 2008 election. So come now, when you speak the truth and people get angry because you have spoken the truth, it's up to them.
Okay.
But I have vowed to myself, to my conscience, and most importantly to my God, that I will not stop. I won't change my narrative.
Okay. Johnny on Facebook on Rainbow Radio 87.5 or comment be a fatwa na menken kan fama ya no ra Koku Anyidoho na edi nkomo 2 minutes to 9 maybe by 9:05 9:10.
Sure.
Yes, ye beja no na o nhia mudie bia no so so bi se membusa highly say Kwabena ask Koku for me. There is this school of thought also that whatever you have to do it now, so that before the election gets nigh or closer, the burning waters will come and then everything will return to normal. Doesn't he think that is what the chairman is trying to do? Do the necessary changes now, and then before election everything will be okay. And also they are
you see, but just a quick answer to him. Change is constant. So let me just be clear that I'm not saying that somebody should remain forever. No. Change is the only thing you cannot change. Change is the only thing you cannot change, which means that change is constant. Within the last 1 second, change has taken place.
Yes.
You understand? So change is constant. It is the change management which creates the crisis and the chaos, not the change. Taflache. Something has changed in Turkey and Syria. Is that not it?
Yeah.
Something has changed. But is that positive change?
No.
It's negative change. Our own brother, Christian Achu, we can't find him.
Yeah.
So as for change is constant. But it depends on the direction of the change. So if you are saying that, do it now, no problem, you've done it. Is that not it? Manage the change process. Because people will not forget the chaos that has taken place. So, I mean, he's the leader, he's the chairman. I mean,
Inusa Abdul Rahman say, be careful, Ghana is sick. Ask him about Akufo-Addo's government and stop asking him about NDC.
Those are, you see, those people who think that it's all, Ghana, yes, so Ghana is sick. Why not?
Yes.
But you want to become the alternative. Is that not it?
Yes.
So what is the policy? So as for the sick, it is, I've said, so the mathematical equation is there. 1 + 1 is 2. Is that not it?
Yes.
So Ghana has challenges. Who does it know? This DD.
Yeah, last week I was saying,
yes,
this DDP.
What haircut.
So we are
why we know it?
An alternative by now. The NDC
should be what is the alternative policy?
This will be our alternative policy. Say, we are not. Nobody is even leading in the NDC to. Like Baumia was leading.
Thank you.
The chart that says
because those days when we removed student subsidies, nursing training allowances, all those things. That was when Baumia decided to hit the teacher training and nursing training schools.
Yes.
We'll restore allowances. He was given an alternative policy. So yes, there's hardship. What is the gentleman's name?
Inusa Abdul Rahman.
Inusa Abdul Rahman. What? So you today, you are NDC. If you meet an MPP person, what is the policy that you are telling him? What message are you using to convince the MPP person to come NDC? That is what we're talking about. That violence, blood, we just want power. Who will give you the power? This is when you need persuasive communication.
Yes.
As a communications expert.
Yeah.
Persuasive communication.
There's something called persuasion and influence.
Thank you. You are reaching hearts and minds.
Yes.
This one, you're not reaching hearts and minds. You are reaching people's fists and their swords and their guns. Okay, so you want power and you kill people. Where will you get the power from?
Maybe they want to use the fear factor, which is also
the
allowed
fear factor,
in persuasion.
The fear factor, fine. But fear factor, which is not grounded or anchored to anything strong, Massa, you have what you call the boomerang effect.
Sure.
It will boomerang in your face.
Sure.
So today, the young man in Swami, the constituency had no option but to go and present him to the police. And let me commend the constituency. The constituency went and presented him to the police. Kudos to the constituency. That's the way to go. That's part of the persuasive communication. So people today will sit down and say, oh, NDC, hey, and then Omonkasa nobody a branch and so you know, sir, that's the only way we can go about it. Oh, you target Koku Anyidoho, you are insulting him. He's anti-JM. It doesn't bring votes.
Okay. We say the NDC will select the flag bearer and the parliamentary candidates in May. What does he think? I mean, they say.
But let me answer that one briefly. As we speak now, it's only two people who have come out.
Yes.
Mr. Kojo Bunsu and Dr. Kwabena Dufo. Way back last year, they announced. To be fair to the facts, has former President Mahama announced anywhere?
No.
That he's contesting?
No.
So why are people insulting people that they're not supporting John Mahama? The man has not announced.
He's an assumptive.
Exactly. Yeah. Somebody said presumptive leader.
Yeah.
The presumption is in the minds of people. Has he made any formal announcement? So only two people have announced. And if you go by the logic of Asidun Ketia, that the 2024 election is going to be about the economy. You tell me, Kwabena, since 19 Kujuhu, has there been any election which is not about the economy? The economy is the bedrock of every nation. If you can build, it's about the economy. If you can transform, it's about the economy. If it's schools, the economy, health, the economy, roads, economy. So when did it become such that it's only 2024 which is about the economy? But anyway, if that's the logic, why Dr. Kwabena Dufo, who was announced last year and has done it before as an astute economics, finance guru, banker, and I worked with him as a finance minister under President Mills.
Okay.
I was in cabinet with him. And I know people will say, oh, then former President Mahama was head of the economic management team. It is true. That was statutory. Yeah. But I know for a fact, and those who also know that, President Mills created an economic advisory team that President Mills himself chaired.
Okay.
Well, was on top.
Okay.
But the active chairman, when it began, was a certain Dr. Gobin Nankani. Nankani and Hagan, this Indian company. So, second generation Indian Ghanaian, Gobin Nankani, astute economist, World Bank, IMF, from Legon, you know. Then you had the likes of Dr. Seth Ablo, Kwabena Dufo was on it. You had the late Joel Hyde. You had Ishmael Yamsin and co. So 34, 36 month single digit inflation, stable currency, foreign reserves, heavy infrastructure, expansion, even the introduction of single spine, public sector wages. Where was the labor unrest? Not $1 or £1 sterling from the Eurobond market.
Yes.
But we built a strong economy, resilient economy, built flesh around the economy. He died, his vice president took over. 2-3 years down the line, when Ghanaians were crying, the vice president told us that the flesh is finished around and there's left only the bones. And that was when we were crying. We were told that Yesukra Ethiopia and that Sebe or your I didn't say these things. So if you have this track record and you actually want to come back, I cannot stop you from coming back. But what is your message that you are now giving to Ghanaians to tell them that maybe I made some mistakes? When I come back, I will not repeat the mistakes. But no, at all cost, no problem. One man, one vote. We will see at all costs.
Okay. Quick on this one. Kofi Ajokum said we've seen him recommend the current government on the Asumdie Park, and or does it mean he agrees with them, or he will be bold to critique their policies? What does he make of the current situation?
This current situation that the economy is not moving forward.
Like, people really want to know, is it the case that you support this Akufo-Addo
government? No, I only thanked him because, like I said, President Mahama considered defeat to him. Asumdie Park was not built. But for me as a nationalist, and the fact that my father has been buried, political father has been buried at that place, it is dirty, it is horrible. I went and begged the president.
Okay. No, I'm
a Ghanaian, first of all.
Okay.
And he did it, and I commend him for that. Beyond that, have I taken any government position?
Okay.
Have I taken any position in government?
Until your take on what is happening currently.
My take on what is happening is that why? The economy is challenged.
Okay.
The economy is about to crash. It's about to crash. It's not now why they are in a hurry to do this domestic debt. Yeah. But then again, recently in the UK, when former President Mahama was there, Chatham House specifically.
Yes.
What was his take on the DDEP? He says that he supports it, except that he thinks that there should be broader consultation. So it tells me that when you come, it is the same path you are going to follow. So when Ghanaians are crying that they don't want to be on that path, you are saying no, you support it, except that you go into broader consultation. Which one is a broader consultation? Okay. That if somebody is using a blunt knife to cut our necks, but you use a sharper knife to cut our necks, it's not all cutting. Where is the alternative?
Okay. Maybe last question. Philemon Fofi say, what do you want from Monsieur Dunkati and Mahama? Please ask him for me. Maybe the last one. Philemon Fofi.
I want them to steer the ship of the NDC in the right direction.
Okay.
Because it has been done before. And it can be done.
Okay.
That's the only way we'll get political power.
Okay. Opating comment in a.
Well, I mean, we are hoping for the best. Of course, ultimately, it's the Republic of Ghana. NEPEM. These days, you go into town, the narrative is that NDC MPP, Duka Daya.
Yeah.
And now you don't hear it.
Sure. So
people
are calling for a third force.
Good.
But they are not seeing.
They are not seeing it.
They are torn between. One man told me, sir, 2024, we are torn between two devils, but we will choose the one who is a lesser devil.
So is that what we want for our democracy? 2 days ago or yesterday, somewhere, a friend of mine told me that, Koku, you know what? The trust factor in our democratic dispensation has been broken. It's gone.
Broken, yeah.
And in any relationship, no matter how platonic the relationship is, when the trust is broken, Master, it is difficult to repair.
Yeah.
So if we have broken the trust in our democracy, Kwamna, is it my doing? Is it my fault? So that's the discussion we're having. But people say, no, I cannot pay me better now. I should just be good. And you see, that was Rawlings' philosophy. And I'm saying Rawlings supporting Anadu. No. And who does? His point was that, and the Bible says it, take the log or the plank out of your eyes.
You are near
then you can see properly. Then take the speck. So we are criticizing Anadu. Yet Anadu has done this. Anadu has done this. Why not? It is a fact.
Yes.
The economy is challenged. People's pensions are virtually gone. People's investments are gone. Families have broken. People cannot pay school fees. People cannot pay rent. People have died. So this is a given.
Yeah.
You want to come. What are you telling? Jesus Christ didn't just walk into. He walked with a message of salvation. What is our message of salvation for the people of Ghana?
$1 million question. NDC message of salvation for Ghana. What is Koku Anyidoho.
Let somebody tell me.
Yes.
Then we all say, praise the Lord.
Hallelujah. Ya no be sia no na afa ya no akoto na dwumadie esoro Koku Anyidoho na me ne twetwe nkomo no CEO Atta Institute. Me ni kwabena Japan. Ya to adwumadie ni so dia man. Ba je na no pe da ase se obeka yensa out of your busy schedule.
And then thanks to your listeners and the texters and everybody.
Yes.
Ghana belongs to all of us. Let's wish the nation best.
Sure. Ya da CP
Ifie duoni echire ni na ye de herbal any alternative medicine asomoma for wa pomodin ho. Enyarewa na agye adwa woni pa brabo mu no. Enne